Guys, this is a special video review for the master-made SDF-1 MAKUROS. It's a little super deformed, chibi-looking SDF-1 from Super Dimensional Fortress Macross, or as a lot of us grew up in the States knowing it as Robotech before we knew better. But yeah, it's really cool. I fell in love with this thing the minute I saw pictures of it from a trade show over in Japan a few weeks ago. Actually, I guess it was a month and a half ago. And so to see it this far along, ready to go, is really, really cool. Now, I got this test shot. It's on loan from Lunar Toy Store, which I believe is the only place over here in America that is going to be importing this for sale, and you can get it there. I'll put that link down in the description, so if you end up liking this, and I think you will if you're a Macross fan, the link to pre-order is going to be right down there in the video description. I also got a gallery of it up on my new P3 photography page over on Facebook. I know, a little bit of a shameless plug. I'll put that link down there if you'd like to go like that page. I would certainly appreciate it. Because I'm just getting started, but it's the first real gallery I've done that I'm proud of, so I would like to see that happen. So yeah, but anyway, here it is, and it's a really cool little set. A little smaller than I expected, but it's not ridiculously small. It's just a little tinier than I expected it to be at first, but it's not bad. And it comes with, as you can see, a little VF-1J and a VF-1S here. Right now they're on little stands with a little metal rod. They don't have to stay on them. They can come off. The rod just plugs in there. So you can swap them. There's two different lengths of stand for two different heights on them. And they just plug off. And the pole even comes out of the stand, and we're going to go ahead and take those out because we'll use that later because they can interface with the stand for the SDF-1 when it is in its other mode. So yeah, so these little guys are kind of neat. They've got little ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed heads, swivels here at the elbow. The arms are in fixed positions, as are the legs, but the hips are ball-jointed. And the VF-1J can actually stand on his own fairly well if you get the legs in the right position. You can see he can stand right there just fine. The 1S has a little bit more of a problem because one of his legs is molded in a permanent bend. So you can get him to stand, but in a really awkward position. So you really kind of have to use him with the stand because he's not really... It's not easy to make him stand on his own. But again, he's got the same ball-jointed neck, shoulders, the swivel arms, and then the ball-jointed hips. So you got a little bit of posability on these guys when they're being displayed. And they're neat. They're neat. They're not super detailed, but they're neat little super deformed versions of these guys. Although I guess this isn't really actually the VF-1J because it's got the two lasers. Anyway. So anyway, there's the two. The mold. It looks like they just swapped or shared a lot of the mold parts. Painting, but they gave you two distinct Veritechs, which is nice. The Valkyries. So yeah, on to the SDF-1 itself, and you can see it's really nice. It's again super deformed with the giant head / cockpit up there. And like I said on the display base, it's got this nice display base that is designed to look like a little miniature city down there. So when you have him in either mode, you can use him with a stand, and it looks like he's floating over like a tiny miniature city. Which is, it's not detailed, it's just molded plastic to shape like buildings. Some people have said they're going to put LEDs in this. You could paint it to look like a actual cityscape if you're into that type of thing. But just a really nice looking display stand, despite being it's just translucent, grayish, smoky plastic. But it looks really nice under the figure itself. And then it comes with two adapters, stand adapters, that for either mode, for the... like that, and they just sit on. And it's nice because it holds it very securely. It kind of slides up into here in this empty space, just like this, and it holds it very securely onto the stand. I mean, it wobbles a little bit, but it's not going to fall off. It's not going anywhere. But at the same time, just lifting it up, it's loose enough that it doesn't. You don't have to worry about it coming out with the figure. If you just want to take the SDF-1 off the stand, it comes right off. And no fuss, no muss, which is kind of nice. So yeah, and there it is. And it makes it a really nice display piece here in alt mode. And it's got, the paint detail is very crisp. Again, the gallery I posted, I got some really nice close-up shots of some of the paint details. Because everything on here is just, I mean, like, there's no blurring. It's really nice and tight and really well done. All the paint applications, grabbed them by the wrong part. Are really nicely done. There's a lot of really nice molded detail all around it. All the thrusters, just all over the ship. The legs look really neat. There's some clear amber translucent bits here in the legs. Just a lot of really nice details. We'll show some of that, more of that off as we transform it. And to transform it, we'll just actually let's go ahead and leave them off the stand. We'll go ahead and pull this off because we're not going to need that in a minute. One of the things you can do is the arms come off, and you get two of these little plugs, little thruster plugs here, and they go right in here. And then you've got a little carrier ship. A smaller carrier ship can break off. And it's got the thrusters. And that too can also use, it's got a little hole in the bottom, so it too can also use these metal stands. So if you want to display one of them having broken off, you can do so. Which is really neat. So you've got a little separate ship that has broken off. Let me pick this stand up real quick. So yeah, and then it's just a matter of popping this little plug back out. Yeah, come here, you. Which can be a little bit, there we go, just pop it out. It's just a little plug, and you can set off to the side. And then reattaching the arm onto the ship. Alright, so put this off to the side, and the transformation itself, we'll get to that. We'll get this pull back out. So the first thing you have to do, you do have to pop the head off. Just because it's such a large head and the way it transforms, it's not going to fit through the gap. So you take the head off, set it off to the side. It's just on a little post right here. And obviously you can kind of already see the robot mode coming together right here. So the top parts, you actually untab these. They peg together right here. And then you rotate this piece around like that. And then rotate the yellow part back in. And again, rotate this and rotate that. And that separates them a little bit, makes them sit a little further apart in robot mode. And then you pull this down, and you can kind of see the difference there. This kind of comes back and down on the back of the body. And then this whole centerpiece actually slides. You kind of push it. It's going to angle back and down like that. You see that? Kind of slides like an escalator to the back. Rotates up and around, all the way around, and you can see there's a vertical slot here. So once you've done that, you slide this all the way down until it snaps into place. And then you've rotated the center section through like that. This little piece right here, it's up here in carrier mode. You want to make sure this little piece right here comes all the way back, and that will let you fold this all the way down like that. And then his head plugs right back on there. And that's mostly done. You've got to configure the shoulder pads. And this is the one part where like I'm just a little bit worried, or you want to be careful the first couple times you do it just to get used to it, because these shoulder pads rotate up, but the guns won't bend all the way around to where they're supposed to be. So how this works is you actually pop these off, and I find if you just kind of grab them right here and just kind of pull straight out, I just pop these off the clips. The first time you do it, it's a little terrifying, but once you get used to it, it's not too bad. Put his arm back on. Come on. Oh, that's because I'm trying to plug it onto the wrong end. That's why. Alright, so I pop this off. And then you can pull these off to make it a little easier, but you don't have to. But then the whole assembly, bring his arms out to the side, rotate these around, bring the arms down, and again rotate them so you got it facing out. And that puts the shoulder pads in the right place, and then there's a couple little panels here that fold in to form the shoulder pads. And then the guns just peg back on. They clip on. You can see there's a post under here they clip onto, and then a post up here on top they clip onto. So it's just a matter, you just clip the guns back on. This one goes over here. Alright, come on, clip on, there we go. So yeah, clip the guns on, and there he is in robot mode. Get back up a little bit to show him off. And again, very cool, lots of nice detail that comes through in this. Again, I mentioned those amber bits on the legs, and there they are. They're back here on the sides here. And they look really nice. They're just some neat translucent plastic. And that's the only place, aside from the visor, that translucent plastic is really used, but it's used to really nice effect there. Even though it's kind of hidden on the back of the leg. And again, posability, he's got some doesn't have much of a knee bend. He does have a little bit of a knee bend there, but not much. But ball joint hips, the swivel shoulders, the swivel there's a ball joint at the elbow, although again, it's not super articulated just because of the armor, but it is posable there as well. And a lot of these joints are going to be, this is a test shot, so a lot of these joints are going to be a lot tighter as well. But you can move the arms, the spires articulate, and of course the head. Again, the spires get in the way a little bit, but the head has a little bit of rotational movement in it as well. And it's just a really neat little robot. It's a little chibi SDF-1. And again, it's got the optional stand part, which comes under here. And those two little prongs go in the front. You just slide it up under there. And it doesn't snap or lock into place, but it does support him, again, just like the other one. So when you put it on the stand, he's super solid. He's not going to go anywhere. But it also, if you lift him up, he comes right off. You can see right there. So, yeah, it makes him nice and sturdy, nice display piece. Keep bumping the camera here. Come on, there we go. So yeah, there is the SDF-1 fully transformed. And again, that cool city stand there underneath. Let's see if we can get that in a little bit more. I don't want to, but just a neat little city stand there underneath him. So it's giant SDF-1 hovering over the city, which is really, really cool. And then, as I mentioned before, these rods for the smaller Valkyries, you put them in there, and there's a hole over here on this building, and then a hole over here in this building that you can put these on, so you can have these guys hovering in front of the SDF-1. Yeah, see, like that. So you've got some really neat display options here for this guy. Let me get him more centered. And finally, just a real quick size comparison. I know it's not from the same series, but I just wanted an excuse to bring him into work. Here he is with one of the Chigoken, the 160 VF. This is the renewal VF-25. Just to get an idea of how big he is. He's about 8 inches from the feet to the top of the spires, so he's not huge, but he's not tiny either. I like him. It's a really nice display piece, and I'm really, really digging it. Like I said, I totally just started crushing on this thing as soon as we saw pictures from the Tokyo. Was it Tokyo Toy Show? I can't remember which toy show it was at a couple months ago. And of course, you can also, you don't have to attach them to the base if you don't want. You can leave these on the smaller stands if you'd like them to hover a little further away from the robot, from the mothership. But yeah, just fell in love with it, and I'm not seeing anything here to change that opinion. Really neat, little fun little toy. Again, you can get it at Lunar Toy Store, and that link is in the description. Also, by all means, please like my photography page, because I'm kind of getting off the ground. And also, if you like this video, like, hang around, like and subscribe the channel. I am trying to get up to 100,000 subscribers by Christmas. I'm at like 92,000 something. So part of me is like really like, I don't want to have to plug myself, but at the same time I'd really like to hit that goal. So just a little bit of a word of it, just a little bit of a blurb there. But anyway, there it is, the Master-Made SDF-1 MAKUROS. Again, get it at Lunar Toy Store, and click on that link right down there in the description, and that'll get it to you. So thanks for watching. Welcome to anybody new who's coming here for the MAKUROS content. Welcome. And thanks for sticking around.